Imagine if the secret to overcoming chronic fatigue, unwanted anxiety, and a host of other health puzzles was lying in your kitchen. What I'm talking about is wheat and the gluten effects with autoimmune disease. When we look at things like Alzheimer's, type 1 diabetes, celiac, Crohn's, we see a common trigger, and a lot of it goes back to what we're eating. And one of the most common triggers, especially for autoimmune thyroid disease, is wheat. So is it the cause? No, but it can be what's in your environment that's triggering it. When we look into the farming practices in the United States, a lot of the wheat has been genetically modified. It's grown a lot faster for faster production. It's also sprayed with things like Roundup or glyphosate. And whenever we look at the effects of that on the body, we start to see all of this toxicity and all of these autoimmune diseases triggered that simply weren't there before. That's why we have a major rise in diagnoses of this in the last really 10 to 20 years, is because of all of the changes in the farming practices. If you go back and you look at places like Japan and China where they grow a different wheat, they're not allowed to use genetically modified crops, they don't use Roundup, things like that. You simply don't have the incidence of disease like they do in the US. So one thing that you can start doing to help with that and to mitigate that is really to start using non-GMO food. Stop using wheat that's grown in the US. You can go grain-free. And there are a ton of recipes and things that you can get help with on doing that. But don't let it be a bigger chore and just say, well, I'm not going to do that, because your health really matters. And that's one thing that is a known trigger that you can change right away.